Hello everyone, my name is Daniel and I'm just a casual racer, and today I want to show off a new track for Assetto Corsa, and that is the 1966 Zeltweg circuit. This track is by RCDaniel. It's available entirely for free on Race Department, which is awesome. Check out the links in the video description. I've also got links to the cars here. This is a mix of Bazza's AC Legends pack and his World Sports Car Championship pack. It's got all the cars except for the Abarth 1300, which unfortunately does not exist for Assetto Corsa, at least not in a, a non-ripped and terrible form, But yeah, so I just put more Lotus and Lawns here for the back, smallest class, the back markers, which I'm going to work my way through right here, hopefully pretty quickly. But yeah, whoa, one's coming down on me. Get through the field here, but the track is a L shape. It is a two right-hand hairpins, and then a fast left-hander on the outside of the L, and then this slower left-hander here on the inside of the L. So kind of a simple circuit, but it's rough, it's bumpy, it's an airport circuit. Reminds you a lot of Sebring, and that's a good thing. I love endurance racing on tracks like this. Now, of course, what is this circuit also known for? Well, of course, one of the most other famous is the original Austrian Grand Prix event, which, being very bumpy and rough, definitely makes for a more, I guess, non-complimentary experience. But for endurance racing, this is an awesome setup. And so I've also made like the custom AI files I'm using here with the drivers' names that are all accurate, and tried to match the skins at least somewhat accurately. It didn't take forever to match or make any new ones, but definitely tried to make it feel correct. So you can recreate all this, download the cars, get the files installed in Assetto Corsa for like the AI and the grid, and you're going to have a great time running this circuit if you like bumpy airport type circuits. I also really think a real standout feature as well is how RCDaniel has spent time to create the mountainous backdrop. If you've ever been to Austria or nearby in this area, even in like Germany, you'll see the soaring mountains is just one of the biggest features of this area. And you'll see that at the Red Bull Ring, for example, where the Formula One hosts the Austrian Grand Prix now. Well, that is definitely captured here as we look around the soaring mountains in the distance, and I think it looks quite good the way that RCDaniel has put in the backdrop there. We're driving the GT40 Mark 1. GT40 Mark 1s were run. These were all privateer entries. None of these were as an official Ford entry, and as I don't know if some of you know, but generally the Mark 2 and Mark 4 were not offered to privateers. Which is one reason why then later, though, because there were so many produced, it was actually enough to meet the homologation requirements, which is why then, following 1960, 1967, and 68, 69, it was actually the Mark 1s that went on and dominated at Le Mans. So, yeah, definitely driving a privateer entry Mark 1 here. Always try to get a chance to drive this car whenever, because we helped work on this car for the Bazza's team for the World Sports Car Championship pack they were working on, and so, have an attraction to this car for sure. Also, I mean, it's a Ford GT40 Mark 1. I mean, who doesn't want to drive this car? So, it feels fantastic around this circuit. Really love driving it. Working our way through the field here. Got 5 laps. Thought 5 laps, 500 kilometers. Why not? Definitely would have been a lot of laps on this circuit for that length, but the bumps and just the constant turns definitely was a challenging circuit, I think, for an endurance race, even though maybe it wasn't quite the same as some of the other circuits that were raced at in the time, Spa, Le Mans, Daytona. Up into 7th here. The Porsche 908's actually had a fantastic time at this circuit, both reliability-wise, but also just generally the bumpiness of the circuit didn't seem to affect them as much, and they also, just the hairpins and things like that, they saved a lot of time and were actually able to really hang with the GT40s, and the top 2 runners actually encountered some mechanical difficulties, and due to those just slight delays, they were able to continue to run, but due to the slight delays from that gave the Porsche 908s the ability to actually pull out and win the race. So they weren't able to grab the victory. The Ferraris generally were not that successful, but they did quite well here It's a nice mix, definitely. With the way I've got the AI set up, you definitely get some good racing between all of the different cars. Of course, with the Lotuses following up the rear, which is fine. You know, you always need some back markers in endurance racing. Power down here. Not a very good corner there. We got it one more lap. We're up into 6th, though we're up into the points. But hopefully we can do a little bit better than that. There's the leaders up there. Podium position. We got a Porsche battling against a 2 GT40s. And we're up on them. We got a shot, I think, to at least get on the podium here. My goodness, car just bounces. You can see it and feel it. My goodness, I love this circuit. I mean, the trackside details, if you really start to look at it, not maybe the absolute highest standard. This isn't necessarily like a Fat Alfie quality track, but in terms of just the general feel and immersiveness of this track, up against the hay bales, I mean, it is just hitting all the marks for me. I mean, this is definitely one that I think is a must-add. I think RCDaniel did a fantastic job with this. I really do. I am loving this. I mean, I love airport circuits, so that might be a little biased, but for this exact combination, this is going to be a race I do many a time in the future. It just feels so good. It was a terrible corner again. That corner is the one that gets me the most. I think we're going to be finishing 4th unless we really send it here. Down on the brakes. Whoa. 40's really slow there. Inside, maybe? I think he's going to let us have it. Wow, he really was just slow, and we are going to get a podium and not even really sending it that hard. Just nice final corner. Maybe he's nursing that thing home with some mechanical issues or whatever, but at the line, almost challenged for 2nd, letting the big V8 engine there pull us along. But 3rd place podium finish, that is a blast, guys. You have to try that. Give it a go. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. But most of all, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week.